Hi guys, I'm Tess and this is It's Fine, a show where I try classic recipes for the first time. Today we're making choux au craquelin, which I'm so excited about, which you might or might not know that I love a choux au craquelin, and it's one of the things that I always go to my favorite bakery for at home. I think a choux au craquelin is worth spending your money on because there's a lot of components, as you're gonna see today. And to me, that's worth it. Don't buy a cookie from your bakery, okay? You can make a cookie at home. Well, we're not home, as you can see. We're in a new kitchen, fancy kitchen, which I'm into. We're making strawberry rhubarb. Rhubarb is our favorite thing in the world. Our strawberries have already been chopped up for us because movie magic. We're just gonna put them into a pot, chop up our rhubarb just into little pieces. Rhubarb is one of my favorite things to bake with. It's sour, and then when you bake with it, it becomes nice and sweet, and it's so good. I do 50% of the sugar to fruit weight by volume, but sometimes 40%. I'm gonna be brutally honest, I don't know how much sugar this is per fruit volume, but that's what I would do normally. So sugar in. A little bit of lemon. I'm gonna do half. As always, a pinch of salt because that's just who I am. And then onto the stove. It's gonna cook down. Probably take 15, maybe 20 minutes. And in that time, we're gonna make some pastry cream. As I've been told, oh, these are nice and room temp. Somebody got those ready for us. The proper way to separate your eggs is to just crack it into the bowl all at once and then scoop out the yolks with your fingers. I keep dropping it. This is kind of like my technique. I'm going to add sugar, cornstarch, whisk them. Oh, we're making a mess. No problem. Just leave it. It's fine. Make a mess. Nobody minds. Vanilla. We're gonna add all our milk. I have to get my finger in there. No, I don't. Yes, I do. No, I don't. Tap it all out. Tap it all out. There we go. Now this is going on the stove, and we are going to whisk this for a long time until it's thick. Just keep whisking this. That's the key. You don't want it to burn. Stand here and whisk, whisk, whisk until it thickens up. It's kind of like when you're making curd. It's thick. We're gonna strain it through this sieve here. It takes a second because you're gonna have to push it through. I just have to stir in this little nubbin of butter. Don't mind my dirty mess on the counter. It's real life cooking. That's our pastry cream. This now goes into the fridge to set up, and we're gonna make our choux. That's next. The craquelin is this little butter sugar disc that sits on top, and when it bakes, it melts on top and makes that perfectly crispy, sugary, exceptional bit of a choux au craquelin, because a pâte à choux dough is used to make an eclair, a Paris-Brest. Choux au craquelin is special because of the craquelin. This is how you make the craquelin. It's essentially what I just said, which is butter sugar disc, a stick of butter. We have flour. If you use a darker brown sugar, your craquelin might be a little bit darker and look slightly burnt. You have to mix it with warm butter. Then when you put the craquelin discs on top, they have to be nice and cold. So we're gonna do this before we make our pâte à choux dough. And you just put it in the freezer to set up for 10, 15 minutes. This looks pretty well mixed. You move that to the side for a second. You're gonna take 2 pieces of parchment, one for the top, one for the bottom. You're gonna put a piece of parchment on top, and then we're gonna roll it out. I was given this rolling pin to do this job with, and I asked, how thin should I roll it out? These are little measurers, so it was perfectly measured out for me, and I just have to roll until it's that thickness. Isn't that brilliant? Pull it onto your baking tray, and then you're gonna put it in the freezer for 15 minutes until it's nice and hard, and then we'll cut out the little circles for our pastries. We're gonna make our pâte à choux dough now, but first, we have to take care of the jam because it's ready. Looks great, great consistency. I'm just gonna pour it into this bowl so that it can fully cool off for when we assemble our little choux. Jam is ready. The pâte à choux dough is made on the stove and in the mixer. The first thing I'm gonna do is prep my eggs so that they're ready to go because everything kind of happens really fast. Into a pot, we are going to put our butter, sugar, water, and milk. We're gonna place this on the stove until it gets nice and hot. You don't want it to boil or bubble or anything, but just until it's all melted together and nice and warm, and then we're gonna add our flour. My now husband and I were dating 10 years ago, And my sister-in-law, who is one of my best friends now, but at the time we really didn't know each other and we were trying to bond, we made eclairs together. And that was the first time I ever made a pâte à choux. And if I'm being honest, I probably only made a pâte à choux like 3 other times. It's not something that I'm frequenting. The eclairs were good, but it's just funny to look back 10 years ago because I was not baking like I am now. And they were not perfect. They were not perfect. I've only made it maybe 3 other times, and it's been scary every time. I would love to add a pinch of salt. I've just been called in to add a pinch of salt. And if there's anything I like to do in my life, it's add a pinch of salt to everything. I'm gonna add 2 pinches. I love salt. If you didn't know that about me, but you should. Oh my God, it's boiling. Take it off the heat, flour in. Dough into the mixer. I have to breathe for a second. The oven's hot. That was a workout. Okay. You might be wondering, why is the mixer not facing you? Because it's cuter for your viewing pleasure. You're gonna cool it down. So beat it for like 2-3 minutes until there is no heat coming from it anymore. And then we add our eggs. One egg at a time, I'm gonna be honest, sometimes 2 come out, just let it be. It's okay. Here's our dough. We are going to put it in a piping bag with our dough. That's good enough. I'm gonna be honest, not my best bowl clean, but it's okay. We have a pair of scissors. I'm gonna cut myself. How large, Tess? That large. I'm going to pipe little rounds now. They're not gonna be perfect, okay? Just bear with me. Like that, right? Bigger, smaller? Bigger? How much bigger? We're gonna just have an example done for us. Oh no, come on. I don't mind. Hold steady. Oh, not that bad. Hold steady, boom. Hold steady, boom. I need to do my craquelin now. We got our craquelin out of the freezer. It's nice and cold and you can feel that it's been hardened up. Like if I put my finger on it, it doesn't indent like butter would. Beautiful and gorgeous. One little thing that you can do is get your finger wet and just see how your finger doesn't stick to the dough when you do that. When your finger starts sticking, that's when you know. I'm very excited about doing this, but I get to cut out little rounds of the craquelin. I need 6 of them. They look so good. I'm very proud of myself to make it to this point, and I need them to puff up perfectly or I'll be upset. Now they go into the oven and they take about 45 minutes. The oven, 350. I'm very excited. The choux look perfect, as you can tell. The craquelin, see how it goes, like it almost melts and creates this crispy, sugary, perfect little topping. I'm gonna cut in half. Oh gosh, I'm so nervous. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah, okay. I'm gonna pastry cream in the bottom, fill them. We're gonna whip on top. We're gonna lid. I'm gonna do some freeze-dried strawberry. And then I'm gonna put a couple flowers on top. They're edible, don't worry. I've never thought that I needed culinary tweezers until this moment. I'm content with that. It's gonna go everywhere. Just be prepared. Oh my gosh, yes. Craquelin is perfectly crispy. Strawberry rhubarb is exceptional. I am puffing out the back here, but don't worry. I feel like maybe I need a fork and knife. Hold on, let me get a fork and knife. I got a fork and knife that don't match, but they are my favorite fork and knife. Oh yeah. See, that's a perfect bite. That was not hard to make. Incredibly successful. A lot of components. Here's the thing though, you could make it in parts. Like you could go pastry cream day prior, jam day prior, craquelin day prior. That makes it easier. You can even do jam 2 days prior. Big success. That's a choux au craquelin.